Are you ready to heal, deal, and feel? Well, I'm Ryan Zano, your host. Let's get started on this journey of health, wellness, and happiness. I hope you're smiling because it's me, Rye. Welcome back to Take Care of Your Body by Rye. I'm your host, Rylan Rosano, and I'm so excited you're here to join me on this journey of becoming the best versions of ourselves. My podcast is for anyone who's interested in health, wellness, and healing, and I'm truly so excited and so proud of you for taking the steps to do something for you today. This episode is so enticing and inspiring, and I'm just truly amazed to know this beautiful soul, and I think you'll really love and resonate with this one. But before we get started, make sure you follow the podcast on your favorite podcasting platform to stay up to date every Wednesday and Saturday for new episodes. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram. You can find the podcast and my wellness Instagram at Take Care by RY. And for all things personal, author, and just behind the scenes of my creation, follow Rylan, Rosee. So it's RYLIN, ROSEE, to learn a little bit more about my life and what I'm up to when I'm not podcasting or writing. You can find my 2 books that I have published out right now on Amazon. Once Upon a Time, I Survived Myself, which is my poetic healing memoir written about my life from my heart for your heart to inspire you and get you out of whatever you're going through, because it truly is written for anyone who's been through anything hard. And my second book is my Take Care Not Yet Healed or Ready workbook, which is a simpler but guided journal for anyone who wants to heal in a less heavy way. It's perfect for Christmas, so maybe add it on your wish list. And I'm so excited to announce my next book, Everything Was Here But You, will be coming out in February 2026. This one touches on grief, heartbreak, and those weird questions we all have as humans, but we don't really get answers to. I get the answers. I have them for you, and I'm going to share. And it also is that weird feeling of emptiness when we have a really full and beautiful life, but it still feels like something or some. Hey everyone, welcome back. And also, welcome back, Andi. You guys love her, obviously. I mean, I love her. So if you don't love Andi, what's wrong with you? We're gonna find you. Hey Andi, how are you?
Hey, Rylan, I'm doing good. I'm so excited to be back on the pod. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're doing well.
Oh, well, she just got my unloading before we started, but we're just girls, so of course we gotta yap and share and then record because no one can know. Um,
Yeah,
it's the holidays. I can't believe it. Where has time gone? I'm blown away by that.
it escapes us, honestly. It's crazy.
It does. And that is why I wanted to do this episode, because I know with the holidays, it's a weird time. A lot of people are missing someone. It just doesn't feel the same sometimes. A lot has been going on in the world, in other people's lives. And I think we often think Christmas is this happy time of year and you have to be merry and bright and holly jolly. But unfortunately, a lot of people experience grief and sad feelings, and you just kind of feel like you're existing in a room full of people with Christmas sweaters on. I'm like, am I just gonna be anxiety in a Christmas sweater this year? Like,
Honestly, it's so true. I feel like not a lot of people talk about how negative it can feel during the holidays. Like it's so filled with like joy and excitement and it's like advertised in such a way as well, but there's so much struggle that happens during this time of year too. So I think it's so important to like talk about it.
well, that's what we're doing. So my first question is, why do you think grief feels so loud during the holidays?
Yeah, so there's a few reasons for this. First, dealing with grief isn't linear. So there may be times when the grief is quieter, but reminders like holiday gatherings, songs, traditions, or even smells can reactivate strong emotions. This is actually called anniversary reactions, where grief resurfaces during significant dates or events like the holidays. And of course, holidays often involve rituals, which can make someone's absence feel so much more intense, like decorating a tree or sharing family traditions that can bring up nostalgia, sadness, and other emotions. And then there's social comparison, right? Like we're always comparing ourselves to other people and how they're celebrating and what's going on in their lives, which can make the grief feel even louder. So all of this is so normal and understandable because everyone has their own relationship with grief.
I agree. And I think the comparison thing is so real. I know a lot of girls will be like, I see cute couples in matching pajamas and I'm single and I'm crying in the corner. And it's like, you know what? Your time will come. That will be you, 1 year or maybe next year. You never know. But it's like you just have to embrace where you are and embrace the fact that we're all different and we're all on different little journeys. And I think thinking that way is like just so beautiful because it's like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I don't have this year, but I still have me.
Yes, I love that you said we have to just embrace where we are because that truly is the way to kind of get yourself through these times.
Exactly. And it's like you shouldn't want to be better, feel better, or put a fake smile because it's like then later on you're just going to be really sad and you're just going to unload all of that on yourself or on someone you love. That's the worst when you're like really upset at a family function and then you're in the bathroom or you're like talking to someone and then you're just like so angry because you didn't emotionally regulate. It's like just go cry really quick and then go eat Christmas dinner. It's all going to be okay. No one's going to know, just like regulate and realize like it's okay to be sad and feel things.
Yes, absolutely. Always.
So, my next question is what actually happens in the brain when someone is grieving a person who isn't physically gone but emotionally gone?
So, when you lose someone emotionally, your brain reacts as if you've experienced a physical loss, which is why it's so painful. Grieving is not just something we experience when we lose someone physically, but also when a relationship ends or when we experience changes in our life. So, this might show up as like longing and sadness, overthinking, like constantly replaying memories or hoping the person will come back into your life, or even high levels of stress. So, your body might feel tense, you could feel exhausted, or even experience physical heartache.
Wow. So it's literally like a physical reaction. That makes so much sense because it's like sometimes I feel like we're like, oh, well, I gotta push through, and then your body is like, hold on, like it feels it. You feel fatigue, you feel like weird. And it
Yeah.
really does show up in the body. Like the body does keep the score. I used to think that was such a funny saying, but it's like I honestly think it remembers like anniversaries and tough moments too. Like you're gonna have a bad day if it's the day you lost someone you love.
Yes, I often feel like your body knows first too. Like you might start feeling things physically before you start to understand what's really going on emotionally.
I know. I think that's just so weird. Like the brain and body are so connected. And I like used to think it was such a joke and like it didn't really mean anything, but it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah. Yes.
So many of my listeners panic when they feel set back.
Mhm. Yep. So normal, so common. I hear this all the time with my clients too, with my friends, family, even in myself, I felt this way. And these moments during the holidays can be emotional triggers, bring up feelings that you maybe thought were under control or had processed. I often like to think of grief as like waves in the ocean. So sometimes it's calm, and sometimes a big wave will hit you out of nowhere. I also love the analogy that grief is like carrying a stone in your pocket. So you'll always notice it and you'll feel it, but as time goes on, you get stronger. So it's not that the stone disappears, it's just that it gets lighter to carry.
I love that. And I think like I've realized grief is just love without a place to go. And when you realize that, it's like, wow, I love so much that I get this thing after when maybe the thing I love dies or disappears or steps away. And just thinking about it is so beautiful because it's like we are human. We're allowed to embrace emotions, and emotions are really beautiful because without one, we can't have the other.
Yes, I love that.
Okay, my next question. This one, I love this one so much. I honestly feel like everyone's gonna laugh, but like, why do the holidays make us miss people who hurt us?
Oh, yeah. Um, this
Guys,
is such a
don't
human
text your ex
experience.
Merry Christmas. That's my first disclaimer. Like,
No, but it's so true. Like, how come that happens? And I think it's because the holidays are often tied to like connection, tradition, comfort. You see everyone like so in love and it's like romanticized. So it can make old relationships feel more nostalgic, even the ones that might have hurt us. Um, and honestly, I think this happens because the good moments um, start to feel more obvious than the painful ones or the hurtful ones, which is kind of like a memory editing that softens the pain we might have felt. At the same time, loneliness, family gatherings, intense emotions, they can make us crave love and connection. So even people who weren't good for us or that are no longer in our lives can feel more tempting.
which is just like so weird because it's like I feel like it's you want what you can't have almost. Like if something's bad or they say don't do this, you're gonna want to do it anyways, which we
Mhm.
have to train our brains to know. Like if people aren't in our lives, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, my next question is for someone healing from heartbreak, why do the holidays make them crave emotional closeness so intensely?
Yeah, this is so tough because it's so real for so many people, right? Like heartbreak, especially around the holidays, can feel very defeating and lonely. And I'm sure you've noticed, the listeners have noticed, holidays highlight connection, warmth, togetherness, which can make anyone crave emotional closeness. But for someone healing from heartbreak, this can feel especially intense. It makes sense because your brain is used to getting like love, affection, and comfort from someone, and suddenly it's gone. So, in general, heartbreak is painful and sad, but it's amplified during the holidays when you're used to having someone to share memories with, traditions with, and the nostalgia, rituals, and emotions during the holidays are like fuel for that craving.
And it's
So,
weird. You're right, because it's like no, all the movies and like all the songs are about like love and connection. It's like we don't hear heartbreak love songs, guys. Like what? Can someone
not
work
during
on
the holidays.
that? Can someone work on that?
We need that.
We do. But no, it's so real and it's such a real feeling. And a lot of people I think are feel ashamed of that. Why do you think they feel ashamed to like say, like, I'm really sad, I'm heartbroken? Like it's a heartbreak, a heartbreak holiday.
I think because we're supposed to be happy. And like that's what's painted everywhere. Like you said, in the music and the movies and the TV shows, like this is supposed to be a happy time. So anything that deviates from that is like shameful. There's guilt around it, and it's just like not where you're supposed to be.
I know. And it's like weird because it's like for one person, and you truly don't know what someone's going through, but like one person can like lose it in the Christmas tree aisle and you're all like happy and like, yay, Santa's coming, whatever, as a kid. And then you're like, why is this lady crying by the Christmas trees? Maybe she lost her husband. Like you really don't know what someone is dealing with or what they're going through. But I think as I've gotten older, I've become more empathetic, obviously, but I've really understood like it's not the happiest time of year for everyone. And there's a lot of pressure and overthinking and weird feelings around the holidays. So just be kind, truly.
Yes, yeah. And honestly, like not even just with heartbreak and grief, like there's family dynamics that come into play, finances, like there's so many things that make the holidays really tough for so many people.
I agree. And we just got to be kind. Like, truly, it's you don't see it often anymore, but we need to just be kind to one another.
Yeah. Yeah.
For, well, I'm going to rephrase this. So, what would you say the psychology behind feeling behind in life is when it comes to like holiday gatherings? Do you think it's because like so many family members are in like the room and you're like, oh, that's my really successful cousin. And then we have older brother who just finished, his master's. And then I'm here struggling and can't get my shit together kind of thing. Do you think it's the people around us or maybe like an environmental factor or a bigger society issue?
I think it can be a bit of everything. So, like, because holidays bring family and friends together, that naturally sparks social comparison. So, when you see other people's milestones, like career success, marriages, kids, achievements, or financial stability, it can trigger feelings of failure, low self worth, or envy, even if you feel content with your own life. Psychologically, this taps into self evaluation and societal expectations, making you feel behind. But it's important to remind yourself that everyone has a different timeline, and people may not always share the negative side of what they're going through or what it's taken them to get to where they are. Um, so, yeah, there's obviously a lot of pressure that comes with this during the holidays, but I think it's just a natural part of like being surrounded by everyone and also our own expectations of ourselves.
I love that. And I think like when you realize like again, like embracing where you are, like maybe everyone in the room is on a different journey, but that's the part about being a human. I think honestly it's to love and inspire one another. Like we're not meant to be the same. We're not meant to be in the same stages, but it's like wow, like I love that for them and that will be me someday. Like you just have to accept it and realize your time will come, but you're doing amazing where you are.
Yes, and if we were all the same, it would be so boring. So,
It really
absolutely.
would be. It really would be. But I wish that would make holiday gatherings easier. It's so weird to like have all these family members that maybe you don't really like in the same room. And it's like, why are we all doing this? Because it's like a tradition. Like, what are we doing?
So uncomfortable.
Really uncomfortable. And then you got grandma like, oh, did you put those holes in your jeans? Or like, oh, where's your boyfriend? And you're like, girl, I just lost him. Like, don't ask that. Like, what's going on? It's like so
Oh
insensitive
my
too.
gosh.
Oh my God. And then you have all the body image comments, and you're just like, I'm trying to eat and be normal. And now you're commenting on my body. Like, what are you doing?
It is so hard with the eating during the holidays. Like people definitely take the liberty of commenting on what you're eating and how you look, and that makes it 10 times more uncomfortable and challenging. So if you're struggling with that, like honestly, kudos to you. It's tough.
Do you want to give any tips for that? I mean, I'm huge on like eating disorder awareness. I mean, it's hard for the holidays because a lot of people, like a lot of the holidays are based around food and you have all these sweet treats and maybe you're struggling, you feel guilty, and then you have grandma and aunt saying you look like you gained weight, and then you're just like, oh my God, I'm already struggling. Any
Yeah.
tips? All the girlies
Yeah.
need.
Yes, yes, of course. Recently, I've been actually been specializing in eating disorders and like body image, so I've been very passionate about this topic. And I've honestly found that the best way to navigate these things is to first off, like be prepared for the worst. Like prepare yourself for the comments that are going to come up and how you want to respond. Make a plan for how you're going to eat and when you're going to eat, so that you feel safe and comfortable. And then also, I think it's just about like having boundaries, whatever that might be for you. You know, like we can't control how other people are going to speak to us or act around us, but we can control how we show up and how we respond to them. So I think take that power and harness it, use it.
I love that. And then also maybe you'll end up doing what Andy's doing and you'll specialize in it, or you'll become a dietitian, or you'll do something really cool with that pain. Because I think honestly we go through what we go through to have it like inspire us to do that sort of work almost, which I think is beautiful when you look at it that way. Like you should turn your pain into passion.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, my next question. I feel like this is such a good one. How do you soothe your nervous system when the holiday triggers loneliness or fear of being forgotten? And how do you like soothe your nervous system in general? A girl here could use some tips. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Honestly, I'm with you. And I love this question because I love like practical solutions that we can actually take with us into our everyday lives. We all need to be regulating our nervous system all the time, like just with the life we live and how like high pace it is. So many different techniques. I'll discuss a few, but of course it is like an experiment. You kind of have to try things out and see how they work for you. But some of the common ones I do myself and also like recommend to my clients is like deep breathing. So like box breathing, stacked breathing is a great technique that actually tricks your body into re-regulating your nervous system. Movement like yoga, which I'm sure you know all about, walking outside, self-soothing rituals like making your favorite drink, journaling, or listening to music you love. Recently, I've been really into EFT tapping. It's like using your meridian points to reduce the cortisol and like stress response in your body. Of course, reaching out to supportive friends or family and doing things that you enjoy and that bring you comfort, I think is like also really helpful.
I love that so much. Have you like researched into EMDR?
Actually, I have. Yes, I'm looking to get certified in the new year.
If you do, I need to know and I need to hear your thoughts. I did it for the first time ever and it was so healing. And I honestly like
Oh my
realized like
goodness.
my body, like I had no like uncomfortableness in my body anymore. Cause like I told you, like what I've noticed is that I carry grief, I carry like uncomfortable feelings. And after doing it, I was like, I feel nothing and it's beautiful.
Oh my God, tell me about it. How was it?
It was so healing because like I think it's honestly weird like when you realize like someone can mention like okay your birthday and then you're like unloading on trauma that you've had during your birthday and then it brings up something else and it brings up something else and then you're like wow like I feel amazing because all of these
Mhm.
things are just like released and then just the eye movement really also helped and I noticed like afterwards I was crying. I was like wait where did all this come from? Was I like holding it in? But it felt really good and then after I did some like reflective journaling and I notice like I'm no longer spiraling about these really uncomfortable events I was holding in.
That's so beautiful. I love that.
Yes. You're gonna be so good at it. You're gonna have to do it on me. When you do it, you're gonna have to do it on me.
Absolutely.
Um, no, and I just love what you said about like doing really grounding things. I got a weighted cow on Amazon, and Mr. Cow is definitely going to be sitting at the Christmas table this year. I should put a Santa hat on him, and he can chill with us. Because when I get
Oh,
anxious, I'll put him on my chest. So for all my listeners, you guys should like look into getting a weighted animal or blanket. So helpful, so healing, and it sounds so stupid. You're like a weighted cow. It's cute and it's helpful for your anxiety.
no, suddenly we all need one. So,
Right, exactly. You're gonna go get one. You're gonna be like, "What? I'm on Amazon right now. What do you mean?"
yeah, like my search history is like weighted animals, weighted cow.
Literally, but they're so cute too. And then, if it's gonna sit at Christmas dinner, of course I gotta put the Santa hat on it, maybe a little like reindeer nose, something. It's gotta have the festive look.
Absolutely.
you know. But I love everything you said because I think we really do carry stress. And a lot of people, especially me, it's like, I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed. I'm going to cook Christmas dinner and be sad about this and, whatever, and just repress it all. And then you're like, wow, now I can't breathe. I wonder why. Now I'm all dysregulated
Mhm.
because I'm carrying like 20 million things and I didn't even focus on the first one. But when you realize, like, hold on, my nervous system needs a second. It needs a little bit of a leash. It needs me to do some physical work to it. It's like, wow, like I feel better. And
Yeah.
honestly, that's the goal, guys.
Yeah. And something I've actually been like learning about is that we rush to do things that like really like quick pace, like brushing your teeth and making a meal. And like if you just slow down, you're also signaling to your body, like, I'm safe, I'm okay.
And I love that so much. And just like also like why are we so focused on the future? Let's focus on right now and not like 20 other things that didn't happen yet. I think that's the most like funny but really annoying thing about anxiety is it trains your brain to think, okay, I have to worry about this situation that hasn't even happened yet, or I need to worry about the past and how that affected me. And it's like, let's focus on today, not someday, not maybe. Let's focus on right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, my next question. I love this one so much. How does childhood holiday trauma or instability show up in adulthood?
Okay, yeah. So experiences like neglect, conflict, loss, or inconsistency during the holidays as a child can leave a lasting impact, of course. So as an adult, you might notice yourself feeling hyper aware or on edge during holiday gatherings, feeling anxiety, dread, or guilt around traditions or expectations, overcompensating to create the perfect holiday for other people or yourself, or struggling with loneliness, abandonment fears, and emotional numbness. These reactions are your brain and nervous system remembering past experiences, even if the present environment is safe. That's just how trauma shows up typically. And I always want to offer like one small tip to try to kind of deal with this trauma, which would be creating a small ritual that helps you feel safe and nurturing for your inner child or younger self who experienced the trauma. So you could ask yourself, what did the younger version of yourself need then, and how can you give that to yourself now?
I love that. I'm gonna write that down because
Yes.
it's so and it's
No.
weird. It's so weird because it's like there's a Taylor Swift song and it's like I think it's after it's like I put you in jail for something you didn't do. And it's so easy for us to be mad at like a new person for something that an old person's like past triggers brought up in us because we're embracing a healthier connection. And it's
Yeah.
unfair because it's like this person's not doing anything wrong, but our body doesn't know that yet. It's like talking about the person before them or the person before them. And it's like, oh, this is this person's pain. It's not the new person's fault, but it's just like it feels like it is. And I empathize with everyone who might be struggling with that because it is hard, but Andy's here to help us. And that tip is so healing too. Because maybe that's when you need to really sit down and talk to yourself and be like, what do I need instead of spiraling about this 20 million times?
Yeah, and I love what you said because it's so true. Like our brains will try to protect us and our bodies will too. And that's why we tend to take things out on like the new people in our life, even when they haven't done anything to kind of deserve that reaction or response. It's just us trying to survive. So I always like want to mention like be kind to yourself, be gentle, because it's not your fault, you know?
Maybe open like a dialogue with that new person too. I mean, don't trauma dump, but maybe be like, hey, look, like I need extra reassurance, or like I need you to just like be gentle with me because I'm scared and whatever, right? I mean, right?
Yes, communication, honesty, build it. It's so important.
Okay, we love that. Okay, how can someone honor the past without getting stuck in it? I feel like this is so hard, especially with holiday memories or just like moments, but they're trying to focus on choosing their future. How can they keep going towards the future instead of being stuck?
Yeah, so important. I think we often like don't really think about this too much because it's almost like a very personal um, thing. But I will say you can honor the past without getting stuck in it by allowing the memories to have a place in your life without letting them control you. It helps to think of it in this way. Healing isn't about letting go of the love or the emotions that you experienced or the memories. It's about changing your relationship to them. So instead of replaying the past as something you need to get back to, you can start to see it as something that shaped you, taught you, or mattered to you because it was a meaningful chapter in your story.
I love that. I think like if you look at life as a book and people as chapters, it really does heal you because it's okay to turn the page and then maybe sometimes go back to the other page and be like, wow, that was beautiful. I'm going to reread it for a minute and keep moving forward.
Yes, and as an author, you know how important it is to kind of like keep moving forward, but also to reflect back on the things that we've been through and the stories that we've, been able to tell.
Exactly. And it's okay to rewrite the story too and to continue just going along with the plot and seeing what happens. But I think we often forget we are the main character. Like the story is good because we are in the story. Like we make whatever relationship connection thing good because we bring our attributes to it and we're writing it. So I think like I've often forgot that too. Like, wow, that was good because I love and I'm a giver and I made this person be able to love this way because of me. And we forget the role we play in it, and it's less about the other person, it's about us and that person, but oftentimes we make it so good because we're a part of it. And when you realize that, it's like maybe I don't really want this person, maybe it was the idea of them, maybe I just made them great because I'm an author or I was writing the story, I wrote your plot better than it was.
Yes, yes, exactly. And maybe you've outgrown them too.
Maybe. What are some signs that someone is healing even if it doesn't feel like it?
Okay, I'm gonna ramble off a bunch of signs just because I feel like there are so many, but it can look so different for everyone. I do want to start off by saying, like, healing isn't the absence of emotion, it's the ability to feel without being completely consumed by your emotions. So, signs that you're healing might be you can think about the person or the past, but you don't fall apart the same way that you used to. You feel heartbreak, sadness, or loneliness, but now you allow it instead of fighting it or judging it. You have more moments of clarity where you say, I miss them, but I know why it ended. I know why I needed to let it go. You start focusing more on your own needs, routines, rather than replaying old memories. You're not over it, but you're no longer clinging to it. The pain might come in waves rather than feeling like you're drowning every day. You catch yourself saying things like, I'm starting to feel like myself again. You're less interested in proving your worth to them and more interested in rebuilding your worth for yourself. And the final one I'll mention is you can feel two things at once: grief and gratitude, sadness and peace, or loss and hope.
I love that. I think like two things can truly be true at once. And you can say, I love this person and maybe someday, but I'm focusing on today. I mean, that's
Yeah.
I've been saying the last few days, and I'm like, wow, like who is this girl? And then I'm like, wait, she's healed. Hold on. Hold on. Let's like clap for that. Because I think when you start to do the work, then you see the work reflected in your decisions, in your situations, and you're like, wow, like past me wouldn't have handled this way. And then it's
Yeah.
like almost like give yourself a pat on the back for that.
I love that you're like celebrating the small wins too, because it's so important throughout this whole process of healing.
It really is. So I kind of want to wrap it up with like, for those who feel alone this season, how can they build a sense of belonging without a partner or certain people they miss? And when would you say it's time to reach out for professional help?
Okay, so I'll start with the first question. Um, and I think this is a great topic to talk about. Belonging is so important as humans. Like we all need it. It's one of the essential like ways that we survive. I do want to start by saying feeling alone or lonely during the holidays is normal, but it can be so painful, especially when you're missing someone. So, it's okay to feel those feelings and sit in them. But belonging doesn't have to come from a specific person. It can come from community, purpose, and connection in different forms. You can rebuild a sense of belonging by reaching out to friends or family, joining community events, or participating in a hobby where you can meet people who share your interests. And my best advice is to surround yourself with people or activities that bring you peace, comfort, and joy, and to do your best, whatever that looks like, to bring that energy yourself. Um, for your second question, when is it time to reach out for professional help? I would say when the grief or heartbreak starts interfering with your daily life or feels too heavy to manage on your own. So, a few major signs are having suicidal thoughts, self harming, and constantly feeling hopeless about the future. Other signs could be sadness or anxiety that doesn't prove over weeks and months, difficulty functioning at work, school, or in relationships, trouble sleeping, eating or caring for yourself, intense rumination or obsessive thoughts about the person or loss, feeling numb, detached, or unable to experience joy, and feeling unsafe with your emotions.
Thank you so much, Andy, for joining us and for being you. If we all want to follow you on Instagram or maybe work with you, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Therapy with Andi. And if you want to work with me, you can shoot me a DM or book a consultation if you're in Ontario. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. This is so fun.
Thank you for being you. We have to have you on as a seasonal guest. Like, I truly adore you. I look up to you and I appreciate everything you're doing in the world. And I need to come to Canada and give you a huge hug because we're besties. So
Yes, I'll be waiting. So
you're the best. Thank you so much for being you and for doing this. Again, like, I really look up to you and I appreciate you.
yeah, you truly are an inspiration to me too. So the feeling is so mutual. And thank you all for listening. Thank you for having me. I've loved this so much.
Thank you.